Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Thursday's Literacy with Ms Harkins. Today it is Thursday, so we have got a writing focus. Who can tell me what type of poetry did we start to look at yesterday? Kobe Lewin, can you tell me? What about you, Kai? Susie, who can tell me? Yes, we started to look at diamante poetry. And specifically, we were looking at antonym diamante poems. Today, we are going to learn how to write an antonym diamante poem. You will be successful if you can do these things. I understand that antonyms are words that mean opposite things. I can choose an idea for my poem about two opposite topics. So you had to pick two nouns that were opposites for your topic. I can brainstorm adjectives, nouns, and verbs related to my two opposite topics. I can use my planning to help me write an antonym diamante poem. So to be successful today, you might notice that some of these things were on the success criteria yesterday. So you need to make sure that you have done yesterday's literacy work first before you can do today's. If you need to, you can go back and look at yesterday's video and yesterday's tasks. Here we have a diamante poem antonym example. Summer, sweltering, golden, swimming, sailing, burning, beach, sunblock, gloves, scarf, snoozing, snuggling, shivering, cool, frosty winter. So as you can see, we know on the first line that we have a noun. That's one of the rules in a diamante poem. The first line is a noun, and the seventh line is also a noun. And because we're writing an antonym diamante poem, it's about opposite things. So the beginning of my poem, the topic there, is the opposite of my topic at the bottom. So my noun at the bottom, they are opposites. So let's just quickly go over the rules. First line is a noun, second line is two adjectives, third line is three verbs, the fourth line is four nouns, the third line is three verbs, and the second line is two adjectives, and the seventh line is a noun. But who picked up on something that happened halfway through this poem? So in the beginning, we were talking about summer. So we had the noun summer. Then we had two adjectives, sweltering and golden. Both of those adjectives would describe summer. Then we've got our three verbs, swimming, sailing, burning. They are three verbs, ing verbs, that have got something to do with summer. Now let's look at the fourth line, because this is where the antonym diamante poems get very interesting. Beach, sunblock, gloves, scarf. But hang on, it changes there, doesn't it? The first two nouns, they would definitely be things that you might take to the beach, or they're about the beach. But gloves and scarf, you wouldn't have gloves and a scarf at the beach. No. Oh, in summer, sorry. You would have them, they're to do with winter. So the poem changes halfway through, and it starts to be about the ending topic, which is winter. So the first half of the poem is about summer, The second half of the poem is about winter. So the second half is about the opposite of the first half. Gloves, scarf, snoozing, snuggling, shivering, cool, frosty, winter. So we have two opposite topics, two opposite nouns. Half the poem is about summer and half the poem is about winter. And it changes on that fourth line right in the middle. So before, as I said to you already, before we can start writing our antonym diamante poem today, you have got to make sure that you've got your planning done from yesterday. So here I have an example from yesterday's work. You need to have completed this first before you can do today's work. I've put it here again. You need to have this done. So here we've got night and the opposite topic is day. Night and day are both nouns and they are opposites. So here Lily in my class has got her nouns that have got to do with night. Now you might see these lines here. These were just some that Lily had in the wrong spot. She had some adjectives in the nouns column, which is fine. But Lily gave me her work nice and early and I was able to help her fix that up. So she has her nouns, her adjectives and her verbs that have got to do with night. And on this sheet, she also had her nouns, adjectives and verbs that had to do with the opposite topic, day. So Lily's done all her planning. So Lily is ready to write her diamante poem today. If you haven't done yesterday's task, I want you to stop the video now and I want you to go and get yesterday's work done first and send it to your teacher as soon as possible. Oops. Oh, I'm having problems with my slides today. Sorry, boys and girls. Okay. So let's just really quickly zoom over the rules because remember poetry has lots of rules. So a diamante poem format. Line 1 is a noun. Line 2 is 2 adjectives. Line 3 is 3 action verbs that end in ing. Your verbs must end in ing. So if your verbs don't end in ing at the moment, you'll have to add the ing suffix on and change them to ing action verbs. So if you need to change swim into swimming, you need to remember, or what other verbs you've got to change. If you're adding ing onto the end of a word, you need to remember the rules that you've learnt with Mr. Field. You need to remember whether you drop the E or if you have to use the double consonant rule when you're adding ing. If you're going, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do, you actually need to go back and watch Mr. Field's spelling video from yesterday. So line 4 has 4 nouns, line 5 has 3 action verbs that end in ing. We're looking at ing verbs. Line 6 has 2 adjectives and line 7 has a noun. So the noun on line 1 and the noun on line 7 will be antonyms. They will be words that mean the opposite things. So they will be opposite topics. So now I've got here I've got my planning, well, our planning that we did together yesterday. So let's create one together about the beach and the snow. So swimming's popped up here. It wasn't meant to be there yet. So I have my nouns, my adjectives, and my verbs that have got to do with the snow. And over here I've got my nouns, adjectives, and verbs that have got to do with the beach. I've got my words ready. I'm ready to go. I was organized. I did the trickier part yesterday. Now I'm going to put these words into a diamante poem. So beach, that was my topic, my first topic here. Beach is on my first line. It is a noun. On my 7th line, I have another noun. Beach and snow. They're antonyms. They're opposites. Where did I get these words from? Beach was from this. This was my topic over here. And snow was my opposite topic. I did this work yesterday. So my noun on my first line is opposite my noun on my 7th line. Now I need to, on the 2nd line, have two adjectives that have got to do with the beach. So boys and girls, let's have a look at my words yesterday, my adjectives I came up with yesterday. Which two do I like the best? Sweltering. That's an adjective to describe a day on the beach. And sandy. That is, I can't imagine a better word to describe the beach than sandy. I love going and having sandy feet. Okay, my 3rd line. So I need to have my ing verbs. So swimming. Now yesterday, if you only had swim, you need to today make sure you change it to an ing verb. So swimming. Swimming is one that follows the rule of needing to have a double consonant. Sailing. Yes, you go sailing at the beach. Surfing. I like to go surfing at the beach. So now my 4th line. So now I need two nouns that have got to do with my first topic, my top topic. Bathers. Yes, bathers is something I would wear at the beach. And sunscreen is something you definitely should put on at the beach. Now this is where it's going to change. So my first half of my poem was about the beach. Now I'm going to do the opposite topic, which is the snow. So now I need two nouns that have something to do with the snow. Gloves. Yes, I would wear gloves at the snow. A snowboard. Yes, I like to take a snowboard to the snow. Ooh, now I need to include in this line, my 5th line, ing verbs that have got to do with my 2nd topic, my opposite topic, the snow. So shivering. Lots of people might be shivering at the snow. Snowboarding. Sliding. Now I need two adjectives that describe the snow. Cool. Crispy. And I've got my 7th line already there because I put that in first. So boys and girls, we've created one together. Now it's your job. So you're going to have this template to fill in. Your first job that you need to do is you need to go and get your planning out from yesterday. So your sheets with your adjectives, your nouns, and your verbs. So on the first line, you're going to put your noun for your first topic. Then on your 7th line, you're going to put your noun for your opposite topic. So someone in my class had done lava, so they would put lava there. And then they had ice. So they'd have lava at the top and ice at the bottom. So you need to make sure that you've got out your list of words that you came up with yesterday. You've done the planning. Now you need to put it onto this template to create, remember, a diamante. It's a diamond poem. So once you've got your planning out and you've put your words into the correct place on the template, the next thing you need to do is have another look at the checklist that we've been using. So watch today's literacy video, tick. Make sure all of yesterday's writing task is completed, tick. Get yesterday's planning out and ready to use. So you need your 2 sheets that you had yesterday. Create an antonym diamante poem using the template provided. Now, once you've done that, you haven't finished. So I'm going to go back to this. So I finished this, so I'm up to this step. I've checked my checklist. Now there's some other things that my checklist is asking me to do. Let's have a look. Reread and fix any spelling mistakes. So I would go back to mine and beach looks right, sweltering looks right, sandy looks right. Oh, swimming? Did I use the right rule? Swimming. Yes. Swimming, swim. That is the short vowel sound, so I have to double the end consonant. Swimming, sailing, da 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 da. Yep, my spelling looks good. Okay. So my spelling looks good. What is my next step on my checklist? I fixed up my spelling. I'm happy with my spelling. Okay. Reread and up level at least 3 words. So when we're up leveling, we are trying to get rid of the boring words. We're trying to use more interesting words. Try and think of bigger and fancier words that you might be able to include in your poem. And then go in, cross out your boring words and rewrite your more interesting words. Okay, the next step, once you've done your little bit of your editing, you've fixed up your spelling, you've made some improvements with your up leveling, you need to complete a good copy. Now, in your neatest handwriting, or if you're using a computer and typing it, you need to make sure you are presenting your poem today very, very, very neatly. Your neatest handwriting, it needs to look like a diamond, okay? You also need to make sure in your good copy that you include a title. Okay, the next thing on the checklist, work is neatly presented. If you're in my class and I don't think you've presented your work as neatly as you possibly can, I will be asking you to redo it. Presenting our work neatly and focusing on our handwriting or our presentation skills on the computer are very important. Double check that I have completed all tasks to the best of my ability. Have you done everything today to the best of your ability? There are a few people in my class yesterday when I asked them to describe themselves, they said they were lazy. We do not want lazy people today. We want people who are energetic and they are working to the best of their ability. Once you have done your good copy of your poem, and you have a title and you've sent it to your teacher, then our extra task today is to do 20 minutes of read to self using a good fit book or epic. So boys and girls, we're all looking forward to seeing some amazing Diamante poetry. Good luck.